Hey guys, Kevin with Screaming Chicken here. Today we're going to go over some of the parts that we carry that are Berlinetta specific. We've got a very nice example here to show you, and then we're going to bring in the owner later, go over some differences in the Berlinettas. One piece that we have is the front emblem here. We carry that is Berlinetta specific, the coloring and what order the stripe colors are in. We have Berlinetta specific park light housings. You can see down here, this piece of trim is the specific piece to Berlinettas. And then your lower grills, let me spin it the right direction. Go right down here. They're all specific to these cars. I'm going to bring in Eric. He's the owner of the car. He's going to go over some differences and let you know what's specific to the Berlinettas of the third gen variety.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Can I see that turn signal?
Yes, you can.
Absolutely. I came in here to buy this today because if you look, these get pretty well smoked over, and they just from years of driving, they get pretty gross looking. So I wanted this as an upgrade for my car. The Berlinetta. So technically, the Berlinetta came out in 1982 as a more of a appearance package for the car, but in 1984 they did something special inside, and it's a digital dash, and they call this the Starship Camaro. You'll see that referenced in a lot of the online boards and Facebook and that kind of thing. But GM actually used that terminology in their advertising. They call it Starship Camaro. So a couple of things, as he noted, the grills on these bust out pretty regularly, and they were hard to come by. I'm very thankful that Screaming Chicken actually makes those, because those are hard to find. These have been really hard. If you found a nice set, they're typically pretty expensive, so I'm excited to get these on the car. I've done a lot with this car from Screaming Chicken. I've done a full LED conversion on the outside, full LED conversion on the inside. I bought the Eibach lowering springs from you guys, and I also did the front suspension. But if you walk around the car, these are actually Aric wheels that I refinished. They're not the original Berlinetta wheels. They're more of a finned style, and they were only 14-inch wheels. Most of these cars came with V6s, but about a third of them were V8s, 305, the LG4, and so that's what this was. And then I replaced it with a 355. If you come to the back of the car, the turn signals are actually Berlinetta specific as well. And so the 1984 and up cars have this style of gold trim, and 83 through 82 actually have like a dual gold line going down the middle. But all the Berlinetta badging is gold. Stripes are gold on the Berlinettas. You know, they came in different colors, but the stripes all remain the same. Interestingly, the Berlinetta logo from 82 to 84 was all lowercase, and in 85 and 86 they went all uppercase. Berlinettas all have the rear window wiper. Again, this is a luxury car. If you look in here, I can turn that dash over if you want to see the thing light up here. Let me just kick in. I'm not going to turn the car on, but I'll just turn the dash over. You can see that it'll light up for digital. This is your turn signal right here. Your lights, your bright lights. Over here is your AC. Over here is your AC, your fan, wipers. Keep looking on that. I'm going to go to the other side of the car. If you look at that radio, this is your cassette right here. And this is kind of weird, but this thing turns, so your passenger could have operated the radio. Okay, so let's go over the radio. So this was made by Delco, and so you got your cassette down here. Interestingly, on the Berlinetta, they actually had two different models of this. They had what was more of a base model. The cassette was gone. It was kind of like a cubby. You didn't have the equalizer and all that kind of thing. But this thing does turn, so your passenger can operate it, or the driver. Now, obviously, because if you look at the way the dash is set up, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of the double pin, like what David sells here at Screaming Chicken. It's Berlinetta specific. A lot of people have tried to do something different with this. That said, I like it, and I've put an amplifier in here and done some things to make it work right. Shifter is specific to Berlinetta as far as the shape and the style. Obviously down here you've got a lot of buttons and they're kind of worn off, which eventually I'll probably buy from David here at Screamin' Chicken. You got your driver's window, passenger window. This is your hatch release. This is your rear defogger. And then this actually is what controls the wiper for the back hatch, so you can turn your wiper on. If you look clear up here, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a cruise control button on the dash. That's how you turned your cruise on or off. I always just left it on, and then I used the cruise buttons on the steering wheel, which, you know, for 1984, that was a neat thing. And if you go up here, you can see we got the overhead console. So we've got the map and the dome light. And so I'm intending to switch all this out to LED. I've already done the dome, but I want to do the map light with LED. And then these actually came with a flashlight that came inside of the car, and that is the original one that came with this car. I think that's about it for the interior that I can think of. I would say that your interior, as far as the zebra striping goes, that was a bit familiar with the Z28s. But it was more of an upscale car, that's for sure. So this was actually my high school car. I bought this right after I graduated in 1993, and it was meant to be my college car. I was just going to drive it around until I could buy an IROC. Coincidentally, I got into a 5-car pileup with this thing where someone hit me and shoved me into some other cars. And I just didn't have the heart to let it go to the scrapper, so I actually redid the whole entire car, front and back, with the help from a friend of the family who actually works at a body shop for a Chevy dealership. Since then, I got engaged. At that time, I got married to my wife in '98. We got married in this car. We actually had a model of it sitting on top of our wedding cake, and it's just been a part of my family for a long time. And I don't ever see me getting rid of this thing, and hopefully someday I'll pass it on to one of my kids, and then they can do what they want with it. But the Berlinetta is unique. You have a lot of people who like to ask questions about it, and I just I love it, and have become a bit of a historian when it comes to the Berlinetta nameplate. So I hope you learned a little bit more about the Berlinetta. These cars, they're a little rarer. You don't see them as much, and the ones that were out there pretty much got beaten up and thrown away. So as time goes on, you're going to have less and less of these things. So good examples are hard to come by, and that's why I'm so appreciative that Screamin' Chicken here is making parts to bring these things back to life. Will they ever be as popular as an IROC or maybe a GTA Trans Am? I don't know. But for the community that has these, we absolutely love them. And I'm just thankful that I got you guys right close so that I can go buy more parts, and I will continue to buy more parts. So thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe to Screamin' Chicken. Follow what they got going on. They're doing some really special things, keeping our cars on the road. Thank you.